All right, so now you kind of know where I'm coming from, but I'm going to tell one story about how crazy things have happened to me. So I was in the army, and I've throughout my childhood I've had dreams where just little, it's almost like a little clip out of a movie, and that one little clip of my dream I remembered, and then later on it came true. And when I say it came true, I don't mean it just an event happened and it was kind of the same. It was exactly the same. The exact same people saying the exact same words in the exact same place. And I mean, everything. Everything that I saw was exactly where it was in my dream. There was like every detail was exact. And it kind of creeped me out. So, the worst one was um, I was in the Army. I was in Washington State, Fort Lewis, Washington. I was, I had a girlfriend. We lived together, and I remember watching um, Desert Storm, which I was supposed to be there. I was on Christmas vacation in South Dakota, and they started calling up troops, and they put me at the top of the list. I was their super soldier, and they wanted me to get more awards, more ribbons, and I mean, yeah. So I was on Christmas vacation. They dropped me off the list. They put somebody else on there. I get back, and they tell me all this, and the guy who was processing and getting ready to leave, he was mad, and he was like, "Ugh, I hate you, hon." I don't know if he said that exactly, but he was not happy. He did not want to go over there, and I don't blame him. And it probably wouldn't have been a big deal to me, but they were just grabbing people and making them truck drivers. And after the war was over and all this stuff happened, I was kind of glad that I didn't go. All these guys are coming back with these weird neurological problems. So I remember watching Desert Storm on TV and whatever it was. I remember Geraldo like laying out plans and being stupid. But around that era, I had a dream. People I've never met in a place I've never been, and it was odd. And back then, I had a really, really good memory yet. Um, so Desert Storm is over, and I start out processing. I'm heading for Korea. I get to Korea. Everything's normal. Just doing same old daily stuff, and doing my job. And there was like, I don't know, was there 8 guys in my MOS that were there, and it was like nuts. I think it was 8, and they were all stuck there during Desert Storm, and they're all of them were starting out process. And there was a couple other guys that were supposed to be in my MOS, but they didn't like doing the main MOS. They preferred doing the computers and stuff. So I was kind of basically sat there by myself. Well, things are going on, and we start playing. We start doing the spade tournaments, and this is a card game where spades is always trump, and you use like pretty much the whole deck. And you have trump, and you're trying to make points, and so we're partnering up, and um, I'm in my room. And my room is set up a specific way. I got a TV, and I got a VCR, my bunk, and we set up this table, and we're playing this game of cards, and we're in my room, we're partying, we're having a good time, and I'm sitting in a specific seat, and everybody else is too. And somebody said something, and it triggered my memory of that dream. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. And everything, I looked around, and everything was perfectly detailed exactly how I seen it in my dream. And I kind of was like, do I go along with this or do I change it? What do I do? So I kind of went along with it, and everybody said exactly what they said in the dream. I knew what they were going to say, and it freaked me the hell out. I was like, this is crazy. And I remember talking to my mom about it, and she said, well, I read a lady's book, and she says that just means that you're on the path that you're meant to be. And later on, I figured out that, okay, I can accept that. It's a good explanation because you're set on a path. And what I've realized lately is the future has already been predetermined. The future has already happened. We're just catching up through the time. So at some point, the future is already determined. We're just going along and we're on this ride. And I thought to myself, well, how can that be? We're told that we have free will. Well, kind of. Some of the decisions you make determine your path, but you are who you are, and you're going to go down that path anyways because that's who you are. I'm like, okay, fine. Now I got to deal with all these thoughts. Okay, what, you know, everything's already predetermined. So what's the point of me even like thinking about anything? But I guess that's part of the process too. You are who you are. You think the way you think. You're going to do the things you do. And sometimes I think, well, this is crazy too. But like you think about that movie Truman, where things happen and he starts realizing there's something's not right. And then there's like the little Easter egg where he drops the light falls and it's got a little message on it, and it's like, oh, okay, that was for certain people who get it. And yeah, I mean, you can go look it up. I'm sure it's somewhere on the internet. Um, and the more I research, the more I learn, the more I watch, the more I listen, the more I am starting to realize what's going on. It's, yeah, fun. And, you know, I've watched a lot of videos that are like, some people would say they're misogynistic, but the reality is men are kind of under attack right now. Not by everybody, but like half the women on this planet are just, men are the problem. Men are the problem. Men are the problem. No, you're the problem. You are your own problem. And you need to quit blaming everybody else and pointing the finger at everybody else. And I know there's some ladies that are probably mad at me because I've refused to take them home or date them or any of that stuff. And yeah, I still get approached. Um, which, I mean, yeah, it kind of makes you feel good, but I'm I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be a better me. I'm trying to do it right. Um, I think one of the biggest problems on this planet right now is the way people are approaching their relationships. It's a hookup culture, and everybody's like getting together, having sex, figuring things out if they like each other or not enough to hang out with each other, and then they're having kids, and then they're getting married, and it's like you're doing everything backwards. You're supposed to get to know each other, no sex, get to know each other, make sure you're compatible, get married, and then have kids, and everybody's doing it wrong. And this isn't for the sake of, I mean, everybody has their urges, and if you're having sex, whatever, that's fine. But for the sake of the kids, and I would say try to do it the right way. It doesn't mean that there aren't people that don't make it happen, and there aren't people that do get together and it works out fine. But the number's pretty low. The percentages are pretty low. So, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do it the right way. And there's some people I'm not interested in because I see what they're up to. I know what they've been through. I've heard their story. I've watched what they're doing. I know their story. Some of it. Um, I'm just trying to be a better person. I think I mean, I have nothing against anybody because I know that they're still trying to figure it all out too. However, when I express my feelings, Jesus Christ, the attacks come out right away. Oh, you're this, and oh, you're that. And it's like, no, I'm just saying. Nobody, I mean, everybody wants to attack you and tell you how you're doing this wrong and you're doing that wrong. But when you flip the script, oh my God, not me. You're just a misogynist. No, I'm not. You just like to, I don't know what's the word, when you just throw dirty words at somebody and to, you know, make them be less.